Ladies and gents, my name is Koryzma. I stream on Twitch. I say arguably questionable things. And here's a fun fact about me. Fun fact about me is I played soccer throughout most of my life. I'm bad at it. I'm going to be honest. I'm bad at sports. Just, for a guy who enjoys sports, I don't have very much athletic ability. Even though I want to tell myself I do. But this is a podcast-style talk show where we invite new guests each show to give their takes on common people's stories and struggles. The chat has a chance to get their take in as well, so let us know what you think, and we'll get to your take on the show if we can. Later in the show, we will play a game with our guest, so stick around and enjoy Takes with Koryzma. We are honored to be joined by someone who creates clips that have been seen by hundreds of thousands, who's considered the Alphonse Schubeck of New York, and uses both hands to pleasure himself. Ladies and gentlemen, the man, the myth, TheDeutschmark. How you doing, man? Welcome in.
Perfect. That was a perfect intro.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Welcome in, man, dude. Thank you so much for coming on the show. First of all, for the people who don't know you, tell us a bit about you.
Well, hello. I am Mark, and I am German. My name is TheDeutschmark on Twitch, and it became my name. And I think it's kind of fitting because I did move to America when I was a little boy, like around third grade. So
it's like 9, right?
Point for my life. Yeah. So it's like a big thing to start off with.
Dude, it's such a cool experience, right? Because you're going I'm sure there were some similarities, but going from Germany to America has to have been was it much of a culture shock?
Yeah, it was a culture shock, and also since you're 9 or 8 years old, you don't understand a lot what's going on, so it's kind of just sad and scary a lot of times.
Right.
And then afterwards, it's sort of everything is sort of this split, sort of like the before and after, and it definitely changed my perspective super early on. Because in third grade, you're not supposed to be thinking about different countries and different cultures yet, really.
Yeah, because it's usually it feels like you're still trying to get accustomed to your own culture type thing because you're still trying to figure out your spot.
Yeah, no, everyone remembers being weird.
Yeah, man,
I was really weird, and I don't know. I was probably weirder because of the move and being from another country, so it made me that new weird kid.
Did you were you bilingual when you came over?
Had to learn it within a year.
Okay.
So I only had a brief amount of time to learn English. So my English was okay at the time. I didn't know it that well yet when I moved. So
okay. Yeah, I definitely remember being considered weirder. Cuz back in the day, I can't remember how old you are, but I know I'm older, I think.
28.
But okay, so you're only a year.
I am open about that, yeah.
Yeah. But I remember when I was a kid, playing video games was considered weird.
Yeah.
At the time, it was people were why would you waste your time playing video games? I'm like, why wouldn't you? What are you gonna do?
I was so lucky, dude. My dad actually was into video games, and
he was same.
It was Lara Croft he would play, and I would watch when I was 4 or 5 years old.
That's sick.
The first game, or one of the first games I ever played, was on his computer, and it was called Rage Rally, and it was this old ass racing game. And I found it again. It was from 1998 or 2001 or something, and it literally had 3 cars, 5 tracks, and drum and bass music. And that was the first game I ever played at 5 years old, and I. Going back to it, I was like, okay, it makes sense why I fell in love with this so early on, because it's just the best thing ever.
Yes, dude.
Yeah, period.
Dude, I love that, man. I feel like mine, I think, because my dad loved Mario back in the day, so he I remember I just remember playing on the NES and fucking watching my dad play Mario because I was dog shit, just couldn't trying to jump over the gaps and stuff.
Yes,
but man,
Mario Game Boy Advanced. That was the shit.
Oh,
my friend's older brother to beat levels for me sometimes.
Oh, dude, sometimes you gotta. It's just part of the growth process. But then when someone asks you, it's now I have the power. I could say no.
Yeah, I would love to like have kids one day and then just dunk on them in a game,
Oh,
like
dude,
Halo 3 or something.
just quick scope them, man. Just like light them up, because like
I teabag.
oh, for sure, dude. I'm showing no mercy in this dojo, brother. You know what I mean? Like, you guys are gonna you're gonna learn the hard way that I'm good.
There's that one like Vine, I think maybe it's a reel because Vines are dead for a long time, where he's like booting up GoldenEye with his son. He's like, "You're gonna learn today."
Oh yes, dude.
Ooh.
Dude, that shit goes so crazy, and he like the music kicks in, and he just starts like shaking, like he's just. Dude, it's so awesome. It's gonna be us, and I'm gonna call you right after and be like, "Dude, it just happened the moment."
Yes.
Dude, so New York's City is like a violent crime rate of like 493.8 per 100,000 people, right? But speaking of crime, you recently had to fight off a thief, dude. Did you not?
Oh yes, the fabled bike thief story. I'm glad you brought this up. This is a redemption arc for me as well.
This is, man. Yeah.
It just says coming to America was my first big crossroad in life. No, it's not that dramatic, but it was a big deal to me because this bike my dad and I put together. My dad's really into biking and triathlons, and it was one of those things, as you get older, you and your dad, like, you got to find things you can bond over.
You got to find those few biking, like niche things, because you're always like,
everyone has their own.
Yeah.
And biking was a big thing, and yeah, the frame is like an old French bike, Bianchi, and it's like from the 80s, and we put brand new hardware on it, so it's like called a stealth bike. So it's like, it doesn't look expensive, but it rides real nice.
Okay.
And yeah, I'll give you the short version without the dramatics, but basically it was stolen from me, and I had an AirTag on it, and I just had this moment of like,
dude,
fuck it. And also, I'm looking at it right now. It's on the wall behind me, in case you're wondering why I'm looking longingly past the camera.
Because looking at it probably helps you relive the moment.
Yeah, it's the memories flooding back. And for 3 days, the cops are just so useless, even though I knew exactly where it was.
It's crazy. You just go, it's right here, dude. Like, there's no fucking denying it.
Now, and I've heard both ways where the cops have helped them. I've heard that the cops have been so useless. So again, I just got unlucky, or I just didn't push hard enough. Regardless, about Tuesday at like 10 a.m., I was just kind of watching the AirTag, and it was moving for like the first time, and I just hopped on a city bike, which is, in case you don't know, is one of those bikes you can just kind of pay for on the app and go ride for free, or not free, but for cheap. Yeah,
I think I've rode the Uber version or something like that. I think it was like an Uber.
Other countries have different names and different even other cities have different brands
for sure,
different companies. So I always gotta remember that New York isn't everywhere, and we're not just the only city in the world. It's hard to remember that sometimes.
Yeah,
the elitism here, it's easy to fall into. And yeah, long story short, I finally found this kind of homeless looking guy riding it like an hour away from my home, and the chain was snapped, so he was kind of walking it, which is probably the only reason I was able to catch up to him. And I parked the bike, I went up to him, and I kind of gracefully yet forcefully yanked the bike out from underneath him without touching him. Legally, I'm covered, and I got my bike back. I kind of rode off. The adrenaline wore off. It was like, holy shit, I just took my bike back.
Dude,
I could have gotten stabbed or something, but I had pepper spray.
Oh, good.
Pretty safe, relatively. And yeah, I just kind of think of myself as like, well, you shouldn't be stupid, and you should be careful in life, but sometimes you have to say like, fuck yeah, this is my bike.
That's right, dude.
Metaphor, I think I've been carrying over for the last, it happened like 6 months ago. I've been carrying it over into my life a lot more. Like, that's my bike.
That's your bike, dude.
And you can apply it to a lot of things in life, I think.
Yeah, man. Ladies and gentlemen, we got ourselves a little Batman here. Okay.
We have a video. Show the video. No, the video is it's for just to protect myself legally. It's scary.
Dude,
the guy's like, what the fuck, man?
Dude, that's like those adrenaline filled moments are always so intense, dude. Like, cause you especially the come up, walking in, cause you're like it's about to happen. Like, this is the moment. And it just, the heart is just beating.
Oh, absolutely. Actually, I was pretty calm during. It was right after, when I was starting to ride away. I almost was shaking too bad to ride the bike.
Oh yeah.
I was surprisingly calm, actually. I surprised myself, but it was pretty cool.
No
Also, I had the
doubt,
pepper
man.
spray like in my hand. I guess I felt pretty confident.
Well, at least like it's like, if he were to be like, "Whoa, that's my bike," you could be like, "It's not." Okay.
Well, I had the moment of like, should I just explain it to him, right, and be cordial? And he was
Right.
like, I paid $40 for this. That's kind of what he said when I started yanking it out from under him. And
Oh.
I'm like, it's like a $600 bike, truly. But,
Like you got a hell of a deal, brother, but like you are
like, good for you, man. I'm taking this. But I decided he takes it, I take it.
Yeah, exactly, dude. Exactly.
They know. They kind of. I mean, they cut my lock. It was locked, like near my home, outside.
That's like some real extracurricular shit. Like, they're going above and beyond to be like, you know what? We're taking this. Like,
absolutely, and it's a whole ring. I mean, it's a big problem in New York, and I saw so many bikes when I was like scoping out the building where the AirTag was in.
I believe
I definitely found the bike thief ring of my area, and the cops didn't give a shit.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's
next
so
to a
crazy.
Bike shop too, right next to a bike shop.
No way.
Apartment building. I know, right? It's like you can't make it up. It's like a GTA.
Yeah. Man, you were in Chicago for a small period of time, right?
Yeah, just to visit.
Yeah.
Never.
Dude, what was Lollapalooza like?
It was really fantastic in regards to the area and being in like the park. I forget what the park is called, but you're basically on the waterfront in downtown Chicago, and all the buildings surround you, and so you have these this wonderful backdrop to great music. There's 3 big stages. I had friends who I haven't seen since college come out, and we all kind of met together. So that was also part of why it was so magical.
That's awesome.
Do you like music festivals? I know we talked this before, I think.
Like I don't mind them because I do like house music and I do like EDM and stuff. But I will be honest, I definitely prefer to be under the influence when I'm there. I feel like it definitely helps kind of just get the vibes going. Other than that, like the music is good. Like don't get me wrong, like I enjoy the Zeds and all like those things, right? But the
wubs and the
wubs.
The dubs
I definitely think I like them in the summer more. I like being outside with them, as opposed to like I went to one recently, where it was indoors because it was like Halloween, so it was just cold and stuff, and like it was fine, like I still enjoyed myself, but like I was talking about it with the people I was with afterwards, and we're like, definitely the one we went to in the summer was much better vibes.
Yeah, once Coat Check gets introduced, it's a different energy.
It totally is, man, because I don't want to have to worry about that. I don't want to carry shit around. And then like like my buddy was in Coat Check for like almost 45 minutes, and it's brutal.
Comes down to you need a good venue, and more vibes than that. It's not the vibe.
Yeah.
But I also, an issue I ran into was the age groups. It started to get like younger and younger. And I was also reading online that it's not just me who's been feeling that way. It's become like a super TikTok-y thing, and they get drunk. It's like 18-year-olds sneaking alcohol in.
Yeah.
And they're the problem.
Absolutely. Because they're the ones causing a ruckus.
Yeah, and I don't want to sound like an old guy, but call it a goddamn ruckus.
You're like, please.
Like just being cringe and loud and like obnoxious.
Oh yeah,
and they're the ones passing out and causing like medical to come to them.
Yeah, but it's one of those things. It's just like, man, like know your limit, and also just like not everything has to be obnoxious. You can just. I don't need to be in a mosh pit. I just want to vibe on the side and listen to the music, man. You know what I mean? Like.
Oh, absolutely. I have one story about that if we have time. One quick story about
go for it, man. Of course.
In the mosh pits, because I was at Lollapalooza when this happened.
Right.
And it was like, some 18, 19-year-olds next to me. I think we were waiting for Red Hot Chili Peppers. So it was like end of the night, big crowd, very crowded. And they were all asking for cigarettes. My friend had some cigarettes, so they gave it to them. So they're all like smoking the cigarettes. And this tall dude, he starts to like get a little pale in the face. Like I literally watched the color just drain out of his face. He's holding a cigarette in his hand, lit, not puffed once, just lit. And then he passes out like into the mud, sort of.
No,
his friends kind of catch him, and he doesn't fall that hard. he's okay. And then people are like, medical, medical. And we're kind of like center back, so we're not too deep in the crowd. And he just like pops right back up. He's like, I'm good.
Oh my God.
And his friends are like, no, you're not. Come on, we're leaving.
Like,
Come on,
no, like
go.
you need to sit down, buddy. Like we need to like, oh man.
Literally. And so I look down at my feet, randomly after this incident happened. And there on the tip of my feet is the cigarette lit perfectly without a trace of mud
That's crazy.
or a touch of anything. And this guy I just met, because I lost my friends in the crowd. So I was with a rando and we were just talking, becoming friends. And I was
Absolutely.
Like, I looked down, I tapped his arm. I was like, hey, do you see that? He looked down. He's like, the dead man's cigarette. I said, should we? He's like, yes. And he picked it up and we smoked that cigarette together. And it was just like, my friend's like, why the fuck would you do that? What if it was laced? I was like, dude, that's like my friend's cigarette. And also, it's a great story. So we should smoke it.
That's a funny story, dude. I like that. Yeah, man, that's pretty exciting. I like that. Are you excited to get into our first story?
Yes, I'm very excited.
Hell yeah. Okay.
I did my homework.
It is homework. You've been working hard. Let's see. We're going to let me share this screen while I'm prepping this. What grabs you to strawberry cake?
Strawberry cake.
Yeah, isn't that your favorite?
Yeah, strawberry shortcake. Both.
It's delicious, isn't it?
I think strawberry cake could be many things, but strawberry shortcake is a specific thing. It's like very cream heavy cream, whipped cream. It's just delicious. It's just a nice layer. It's not too sweet. It has like natural sweetness, It's just beautiful. Heavy cream doesn't have too much added sugar or any.
Do you see the shared screen, or do you want me to do it on Discord?
I now see it. Yep.
Okay. Is that good, or would you prefer Discord?
No, it's perfect.
Perfect. Okay. So our first story, ladies and gentlemen, am I the asshole for offering sex, then rejecting it because boyfriend wanted to finish his game first?
I'm excited.
So me and my boyfriend have been together since we were 20 for 7 years now. The sex has become less frequent, and that mostly has to do with my own sex drive becoming less and less. Lately, we've been talking about this a lot, and because it's really starting to frustrate him. In parentheses, the sex was down to about once a month at some point. We talked about it. He explained that he only wants to have sex with me if I also want it 100%. This just doesn't happen very often for me. So we made an agreement that if I was not 100%, or if I was not at 100%, but I wasn't not in the mood, I would try to make more of an effort. Yesterday, I was driving home from work, and I had the mindset to surprise him. So after dinner, I left the living room, got all dressed up. He rather likes lingerie. So I put some stockings on, high heels, mini skirt, and a corset. I also put on some nice makeup and was excited about that I was about to make him very happy. When I walked into the living room, he looked very happy and excited when he saw me, but explains that he just started a raid with his clan members on RuneScape. I don't know the exact name of the raid, but he always calls this one the difficult spider lady for me, so I understand which one it is. He said that he didn't want to ruin the raid for his raid members and told me it would take him about 10 to 15 minutes. I walked into the bedroom alone and a little sad because I felt like he chose his game over me, especially when I put this much effort into creating a nice evening for him and catering to his needs. Long story short, I got cold and upset and crawled into bed. When he wanted to join me 20 minutes later, I really wasn't in the mood anymore and said that he lost his shot this night. I feel like I ruined his night when I was trying to make it better. Am I the a-hole? What are your thoughts?
Great one to start off with. First of all, excellent hand-picked AITAH. I had to slowly pronounce that.
Yeah, I know. I get that, man.
But yeah, I think we just give our opinion first. This is a good way to start.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. See, I think
she's not the asshole. I think her and her boyfriend isn't necessarily the asshole either, but she's not the asshole.
Like, the crazy for me, it's the fact that it's RuneScape. You know what I mean? Like, if this was like, maybe
right.
Like if this
wow.
Yeah, like if, Leroy Jenkins shit, like I feel like I don't know, like to me if I was just playing RuneScape, or if I was playing it, like especially like, if I wasn't live, like just if I'm not live I'm playing games. Doesn't really. I don't think it matters what I'm doing at that moment. I think I'm throwing the controller in the air, keyboard flipping the table, and I'm getting undressed. Dude, like
Yep.
I'm not.
No, and
No
I'm with you on
hesitation.
that. And I think that's like part of why it's like so sad, because passion and effort are really tied together. So like
They
the
are.
fact that he didn't see her effort in that moment, when they're kind of, and it sounded like she was making it a point to discuss it and make it better.
Yeah.
That's, I think, why it's like, oof, buddy, you fucked up. The Blade Devil's advocate on the guy's perspective, if she's always being like, doesn't put the effort in, and then all of a sudden puts the effort in without getting him prepared, I could see him being like, well, I just started the game. But again, it's like, but dude, like, when is it gonna change and switch around, right?
Well, that's just it. And
like,
also at the same time, like,
can't side with
she's
him.
putting this so much effort in, and like, and from what it explains, that she was like, literally, like, they had this conversation. He's like, hey, I want you to be 100% invested as well. And then there she is, 100% invested right there. Don't get me wrong. You know, I get it. You know, you took the time to set it up, brother. You said 10 to 15 minutes. It's not even.
It's tough. It's tough.
That's not even worth it. Just tell him you'll be back in half an hour.
Babe, just pregame. Get
just
that thing ready for me.
Just
warm up the oven before I stick the turkey.
Warm up the oven. That's right. Well,
no,
like,
you can't do that. You can't do that.
No.
Let me ask you a question. If the passion leaves the relationship like this, is it possible to get it back? If it really is like gone for a while,
you know,
like this, and
I do
like this fall flat.
I do think it is possible, but I think both parties have to put 100% in. You know, like, I think both have to be willing to try. You know, like, you know, if someone needs more emotional connection, then I think that person needs to put forth that. If someone wants more of a physical connection, like, no, I'm not saying, you know, have sex every night or things like that, but I think, you know, maybe rub their hair or rub their back, sprinkle in a little bit more sex. Like, there's, you know, like, there's ways around it.
Absolutely.
So Dub in the chat, as someone who absolutely hates surprises, I am not good at changing directions in a split second. You got to be aware. So which is like with him with the surprise, which I can see where. So I can see where that comes from, because you can be, you know, locked in on this, and now you have to pivot, as Ross from Friends would say. But you know,
she could have been like, once, I don't know, because it looks like it took her 15 minutes to get ready after dinner, so they had dinner together, I'm assuming. Then he went to go play the game, and she went to go get ready to dress up. She could have been like, hey honey, I have a surprise for you, come wait.
Yeah, like, don't,
you know what I mean? She didn't,
like, you can, like,
to Dub's point. Yeah, you go.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. I was gonna say, like, for sure she could have been like, just at least mentioned, hey, don't jump on any raids. I have a surprise for you. Do your thing, but when I'm ready.
But also,
but like that
minutes after dinner, he's like, I can't, babe. Are you serious, dude?
That's what I'm saying, dude. Like, it would take him, and then he's
like a child. My show's on.
My show's on. Let me wait till commercials. Like, dude, no way. I ain't gonna. But in my personal opinion,
I hear you, though.
I'm pivoting immediately. I'm not even questioning. I'm closing. I'm shutting my computer down hard. Not even doing it off. I'm putting off the button. I don't care.
Yeah, like you said, it can.
It depends on the person.
And even if you're not in the mood for something like that, you could at least appreciate it. And like, obviously, she wants to spend time with you. And I don't know. You can even like rub her hair, take a shower, stuff like you can do differently. That's sensual and sexual. That doesn't have to be
for sure.
Like, forcing yourself to be uncomfortable. I don't know. I think there's always a way, and she's trying.
Her trying is the part that I know doesn't make her the asshole, because like it frustrated him that they were having relations once a month. So here's her trying to like kind of bridge that gap, right? And now him kind of his response, it kind of kills the vibe for sure. Like Alexandra in the chat, they gotta like break up once that lease ends or something, because you know they're what the heck is it? Because now they're back to the drawing board potentially. You know, it could be a setback.
Yeah. I mean, also posting on Reddit on its own is an action. Is like a sign towards something, I think, in a relationship.
For
You feel
sure.
so frustrated and unheard. You're posting on Reddit.
You're posting on Reddit, and but I also feel like a lot of people want an unbiased opinion. The downside though is you only get one side of the story, so you get like a biased story. For the most part, don't get me wrong. Some of it, some of it is you can see both sides, but yeah, and like which I want to try to see this guy's side, but at the same time, I just think he fumbled the bag right there. My personal opinion.
Yeah, he sounds like a green flag, even asking to hear his side.
Yeah.
From Reddit. I mean, to put Floby's comment up, OSRS raids are no joke. So he's team. I'm not having sex until after this raid. Or they are. Sorry.
Toby's gonna be like, look, once I finish this raid, I'm gonna raid you, baby. And then she's just like, I'm gonna be asleep. Okay.
Oh, hilarious.
But like, yeah, I don't think she's the asshole. I don't think so.
Agreed.
I'm gonna look at this first comment though. OP, this is not an answer to your question, but are you familiar with the difference between spontaneous and responsive desire? I ask because it's extremely common for people, in parentheses, especially women in monogamous relationships, to experience a decrease in spontaneous desire, which is that seemingly random, I want to have sex right now horniness that's common in the dating/honeymoon phase. Responsive desire is when you start out not necessarily wanting it, but in the right context and with some foreplay, desire comes. It's a rough explanation. There's one that's a better one. Getting ahead on these, it's basically, I guess it's just explain that the approach of her doing that. And then
communication, of what could get you to that point, and then taking steps in between to get there.
Yeah, but the next comment being like kind of similar. I have a special surprise for you. You're busy right now. And set a time when you're not interrupting him. To me, whether he's gaming, reading Reddit, mowing the lawn, or talking on the phone to his mom is irrelevant. But yeah, which fair enough.
Definitely.
Yeah,
I didn't call him an asshole for it. I just thought definitely didn't communicate. She feels hurt. Yeah,
and I'm not saying she doesn't deserve to. Like, if she feels hurt, that's totally valid. But I just still don't think she's the asshole. I do like that. In my eyes, I'm like, bro, she's really trying here.
Are they saying she's an asshole?
Basically, no, I don't think anyone's even like saying that she's the asshole.
YTA, right? You're the asshole.
Yeah, YTA.
Yeah, most people are just responding, sort of.
Most people are just saying like, you should have told me you had a surprise and not had them do anything. But it does kind of suck that waiting 20 minutes. Like 20 minutes, definitely a fucking deal. Yeah, perfectly a good deal breaker.
A funny 21.
Yeah, right. Like, this person said you're the asshole. But oh my gosh! Wow! Oh, wow!
Whoa! They're pissed off.
Yeah, they're going on their own like tangent. Some people think she's the asshole. But
I guess they're taking her. Yeah, the way they construe it is that she put him into a corner. I guess I could see that perspective.
Yeah, and
this is how we fix it. Do it now. But I don't think that was her intention. So they should communicate it.
I agree. Cat Wangforce in the chat. This is wild. I would drop any game, any rank or raid for my partner, even for my friends. Like it's just a game, and that's totally fair. And like I was saying earlier, I would have no issues. That's unless it was like Fortnite Worlds, then or like FNCS or something like that, then it's like, okay, babe, we're gonna have to get it post victory,
Yeah, then she's the problem. It goes back around. She's trying to sabotage your dream of being a gamer,
Fortnite World Champion.
Yeah,
but like I feel like, those moments are so like the percentage of that actually happening is so far so little that like realistically, I'm just playing the game. Like I'll just be like, all right, boys, I'm gonna be right back, and then I probably won't come back.
Yeah. Leave the mic on. No, I'm kidding. Lumen's chat. That was definitely bro in the comments writing the manifesto. He was the long one.
He was like, yeah, man, fuck you. I can't believe you did this to me. Vivian in the chat. Don't know what I just came back to, but I would quit my job if my partner is letting me hit. Respect. Respect. But yeah, are you ready for the next one, brother?
Great. Yeah, I think we summarized. We solved and summarized.
Am I the asshole for insisting we move in together now that we're having a baby? I, male, 41, have been dating Jess, 37, for the past 5 years. From the very beginning, she told me she never wanted to get married or have kids, and that if she ever got pregnant, she wouldn't keep the baby. After a year of dating, I brought up the idea of moving in together, but she said no. She preferred the arrangement which is spending time together a few nights a week, and when one of us sleeps over, then having a few days each week to ourselves at our own place separately. I accepted that. Recently, she told me she's pregnant, and she's keeping the baby. I brought up moving in together again because I want to be there for her and our child. But again, she said no. Her plan is to continue what we are, have our together time with the baby when one of us sleeps over, and then take turns caring for the baby while the other has alone time at their own place. I told her this makes no sense to me, and it doesn't seem realistic. I want us to be a family. Why pay 2 rents, set up 2 nurseries? I asked her if she doesn't see me as a long-term partner. She said she does, and that she loves me, but she still wants things to stay the way they are. I even talked to a buddy, and he told me that I should probably accept it, because if we split up, I'd end up seeing my child even less. So now I'm questioning myself. Am I being old-fashioned? Am I being selfish for wanting us to live together so I can actually be there and help the baby full-time? I'm lost here. And look, there will be an update, but we'll get into that after. So what are your thoughts on this base story?
They're not married.
They're not married.
She has that right.
Yeah.
Period.
For sure. Like, I mean, nothing's stopping them, right?
Where he's coming from.
Yeah, like
His perspective.
He's like, hey, let's instead of like not paying the 2 rents, like wanting to just be together as a family. But I also get her. I do get her perspective because she clearly likes her time for herself, right? Obviously her thoughts have changed on like, well, when they got together, she didn't want to get married and have kids. But now that she's pregnant, she is keeping the baby.
Interesting.
100%
sure.
I don't necessarily think. See, it's kind of weird, right? Because like, I'm part of me. I don't think he's the asshole for suggesting it, but at the same time, it's not like he's forcing her, right? He's just like, he's looks like he's willing to accept it. I want to say
no.
I need the other story. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, and the marriage thing, is that coming from her or him more?
Well, it said she never wanted to get married.
She want to get married.
Yes.
Right. So
he obviously was not. So that's probably why he's not trying to get her to get married. Because he is sitting there thinking, well, it's not. She doesn't want that.
Right. I guess because she did keep a baby, which is not what he expected, he could bring up something that she wouldn't expect, like, hey, we should get married and live together. But at the same time, him posting like, what the hell, she doesn't want to do this thing, I feel like it's like he has to respect her wish, though, because then he should, if it really, really bothered him, he shouldn't have gotten involved with her in the first place this long.
For sure, right?
It's not really fair to her.
Especially after a year of dating, and when he brought up the idea of moving together, and she said no. You would think if that direction was going to happen, they probably would have moved in, right? Like, I don't know if I know she says she does see him as a long-term partner, but I don't necessarily think that means like a long-term, like, you know what I mean? Like almost like together.
This is smelling like polyamory.
Yeah, literally.
In the air.
All right, well, should we get to the update?
Yeah, I'm interested.
Okay.
Update. Ooh, separate post. Juicy.
Yes.
4 days ago. Hot off the press.
This is hot, brother.
Oh, shit.
So those of you who called me a man child or said she doesn't want to move in with you because you're a man baby, and get bent. I'm assuming that we'll go back to the comments then.
Yes, this is a great start.
I had a serious eye-opening talk with her last night over the phone. I asked her straight up what was the real what the real reason was that she didn't want to move in with him. If she needed space, a duplex or a house with a finished basement would have solved that. She kept giving excuses like I like my house better or it's more of a privacy thing. So I asked her if there was somebody else. If she was seeing somebody else on the side or cheating. She said it's not cheating because whatever she does on her me days is none of his business. And that was our deal. No questions, no communication on those days. I was honestly shocked. That was supposed to be about alone time, not meeting other guys. She just repeated that what she does on those days is none of his business. So I asked her if the real reason she wanted privacy was to stay close to this guy. Is he the dad? She said he's not the dad. He's had a vasectomy years ago. Like that's supposed to make me feel better. Meanwhile, I've been cooking for her and filling her fridge for those me days, basically helping her see someone else. I asked how long this has been going on. She said on and off for maybe 2 or 3 years. And before that was another guy. I told her we never agreed to see other people, and she said it's not her fault. I misunderstood, and that she clearly said no communication or questions on those days. So I told her, we're done. I'm going to see a lawyer, and we need to do a test to make sure the baby is mine. She said, all my talk about being there for her during the pregnancy was BS. I told her I don't owe her anything anymore. My only responsibility is to the baby if it's mine, and she can help ask her other partner to step up. I'm very angry and frustrated. I can't believe I did not see this coming. I feel like he should have seen this coming. I'm going to be 100% honest.
Yeah.
If she goes, hey, don't contact me on our off days, I feel like you're not really together, if I'm going to be honest. Samsy's in the chat, so they aren't exclusive on her end, correct? Kat Wangforce says, women in men dominating fields. There you go.
I just want to put out there, I called it. Polyamory was in the play. But
Wasn't
I think she wasn't. She's the asshole because she wasn't upfront about it. It was, I don't know what it's called, but it's like just immoral polyamory. Like there is moral polyamory, right? Where you like communicate it and
Gotcha.
get permission. But she did it cheating and sneaking around. And also sounds like financially being partially dependent on him. That's really fucked up.
For sure.
Picking and choosing what roles in the relationship she can play, basically.
Definitely, you know, I could definitely see how it would hurt, you know, right? Like, especially, excuse me. But I think this guy should have seen this coming.
Yeah, that's true. For that long, and then
like for that long, like 5 years and not communicating, like Shelly said in the chat here, like.
And also, sorry to interrupt you there.
No, you're good.
It sounds like he was okay with the status quo until the baby. So he didn't mind these solo days before?
Yeah, like, well, exactly, right? So in reality, for, I think it said 5 years, they've had these solo days the entire time. So the only reason it's more of a concern is because there's a baby involved. So if she never ended up getting pregnant, he probably just would have, life would have carried on. You know what I mean?
Interesting.
Floby. Yeah. Oh, Floby in the chat says sometimes people get blinded by their feelings. Absolutely valid. Yeah. JTO in the chat says she changed about not keeping the baby, just saying. This is also true. But that is, you know, that can totally expect to happen as life goes on, right? You know, I've had friends that were like, "Oh, I never want to get married. I never want to, like, you know, settle down." And now they some of them may not be married, but they have a family now. You know what I mean? So like,
can you go back to the first post? I want to read through it again. I want to see if I can read between the lines of how he was okay with this relationship prior to this like baby revelation. It just seems so sus to me from like unreliable narrator type.
Yeah, it says they were dating for the past 5 years. She told me she never wanted to get married or have kids, and then if she got pregnant, she wouldn't keep the baby. But after a year of dating, he was like, "Let's move in together." She said no, obviously because she wanted to continue to see these other gentlemen. She wanted the arrangement where they spend it together a few nights a week, and then when one of us sleeps over, then having a few days each week to ourselves, which I believe Turtle was saying in the chat earlier. Having your own space, totally fair. It's nice.
Sure.
Everyone needs their own
Guess he
space.
doesn't
Everyone
mind it.
needs something there. Um,
5 years.
Oh, 100%. Sorry, JTO. Just to defend my comment, I'm just saying it's valid to readdress the term since circumstances have changed. For sure. For sure. Absolutely. I mean, it's just
He's
one of
valid
those.
there.
Yeah, absolutely valid. Yes. But what the heck is it? Recently, yeah, she said she was pregnant and she would like to keep the baby, and then he suggested moving in together, because he wanted to be there for her and the child, but she said no. I'm imagining because she enjoyed one of those things. Turtle in the chat says, also like Bray said earlier, it's one of those side of the story. So of course he could just be lying and not seem like a dick. 100%. It's totally true.
Percent.
He could, like I said, it's always tough seeing one side of the story, which is the only downside, right? But we kind of just have to make the best of it. I like to think in both parties. I'm not saying there's mistakes on both ends, like I do think she should have communicated a bit more to be like, hey, like you're saying, polyamorous. Clearly that's what's happening. But at the same time, if at no point, he said dating, I like to think if you're that next step, you'd say my girlfriend, my boyfriend, right?
True. Between the lines.
Yeah.
Bit there.
So
I really did go flip flop. I'd say I went from he's the asshole from this first post to like you're really being pushy and like sounds like it's your problem. And the second post, I don't know. I think kind of on his side because
okay,
he was giving a lot to her lifestyle and wasn't minding it and living in her terms until this bombshell, and he reacted responsibly. And then finding this all out and her being kind of like, well, I wasn't lying to you, I'm not a bad guy, seems like very like dark. It probably hurts a lot to have somebody just not even care once he really loves her, sounds like, and then she's like, well, I wasn't cheating on you. That's probably some deep pain right there to realize like 5 years has now a different meaning.
For sure, right? For sure. And just to be like, oh, like, especially because like Alex in the chat saying he's 41. He probably, I think he's probably dating, try to, find the life, to have that person, right? But obviously communication wasn't both of their number one, as right. Typical number one thing. Nerd in the chat says, I need a full timeline of their relationship. TBH, it sounds like they could have started as fuck buddies and he caught feelings, which very much could be the situation, right? Because clearly she's not as attached to him as he is to her. Like
What if this was just a ploy for him to get what he's always wanted, which is them to move in together and get married?
Totally, right? Like what if,
ploy is hard though. She got the baby.
Yeah, but I mean, but maybe it was like one of those things. But like with her changing her, maybe her changing her mind. He was like, oh, maybe like this could work. I'm not sure. I'm kind of, in my opinion, I kind of think they're both the asshole. But like, I think she is because of the lack of communication with him about, her seeing other people. I think it's one of those things that should have been discussed first and foremost, to be like, hey, just remember like this, and she does state that she does like their arrangement. So to me, that sounds like they're just messing around. They hang out. I'm assuming when you have like fuck buddies, or you're not always just clapping each other's cheeks. Maybe you're doing things beforehand because you want to hang out. But clearly, I think he's got stronger feelings than she does. I don't think he's being an asshole for asking her to move in, because I get where he's coming from with the baby side of things, but at the same time, I don't think with him just saying he's dating, it seems like he's a little pushier. Also, apparently you muted.
My cat muted me. I was. That's so funny. That might happen again. I'm sorry.
It's okay, man. It's okay.
I wanted to say, if he is to be believed, I strongly think that he's not the asshole anymore, and she is the asshole now because he assumed, I would think rationally, that they were monogamous. That it's also a safety thing, right? Like without discussing like health and sexual health, it's like really fucked up. And for her not to do that, and then I think she knew that it was fucked up just based on how she responded a little bit and being like gaslighting him into it.
Right.
So I do think she's the asshole and she cheated on him. If he is to believe, I do think he has some questionable narrator vibes, and I don't think he is escaping from criticism. I do think he's an asshole if he lied, which he might have based on my gut feeling, or like embellished, let's say.
And yeah, Turtle says that's also if they were really dating. You know what I mean?
Perfect.
True. Right? Yeah.
For example,
like you said, the narrator. You know, I think both parties could see the entire situation as something different.
Yeah, like it sounds like they never actually if they never actually discussed it, she was like blindsided by his like, "We're getting married, right? I love you," and he was like, "Wow, I thought this was like a chill, fun thing. Like, what the hell?"
Yeah.
And then it's like she's totally not the asshole, and he's a dick.
Yeah,
well,
exactly.
She's still kind of an asshole, but
yeah,
like I'm on what you were saying.
That's totally fair, man. That's totally fair. Yeah,
good one.
I agree. You ready for the next one?
1.1K upvotes and 1.2K comments. That's how you know it's juicy when it's like a split. Same amount of upvotes as comments.
And the hard part is when you look at them too. Like it's just all these comments, and I'm sure it's going to be just quite the range. I always find this fascinating because it's quite the range. The comments always they're all on the same page or they are so back and forth, and it is insane.
It is insane.
Our next
gotta be bots. I don't know what bots are doing in AITA.
True.
Bots. I'm sure
there's definitely bots, man. But yeah,
just stoke some flames or something.
Our next story.
Let's do it.
Am I the asshole for refusing to cut my honeymoon short to attend my sister's last-minute engagement party? Thank you in advance. Oh, okay, we'll skip that last time. My husband and I, early 30s, recently had our destination wedding in my home country in Latin America. We stayed for about a week and a half. My sister Sarah and her fiance stayed a few days longer. We were all staying at a family property together. After the wedding, my husband and I planned a mini honeymoon to a nature reserve cloud forest area. It is only about 2.5, 3 hours away by distance, but the commute is brutal. It involves winding mountain roads that quickly gave me a headache and motion sickness. Not an easy drive. We booked a cabin from Monday to Thursday. Since Monday and Thursday were travel days and recovery from the car sickness, we really only had Tuesday and Wednesday to enjoy the honeymoon. Sarah and her fiance decided to throw an engagement party at the family house while we were on this trip. Since Sarah and I have a strained relationship, we used to be extremely close, and that changed very recently due to her fiance. I coordinated with my mom. I explicitly told my mom, we are away Monday to Thursday. If the party is on Thursday, we will absolutely be there. If it is on Wednesday, we cannot make it. Despite this, they scheduled the party for Wednesday. My mom couldn't give me a reason why. When I was told the date, I said, unfortunately, we won't be coming. I wasn't willing to endure that winding drive twice in 24 hours, lose our non-refundable reservation, or cut our already short honeymoon in half. My mother pulled me aside the morning we were leaving to the honeymoon and told me I needed to be more flexible for family. She implied that I was being selfish and I should cut the trip short or make it work to support my sister. I tried to not let it get to me, but I felt so sad by the conflict that I cried for an hour as I packed for my honeymoon. Wedding planning in another country and accommodating my husband's family that doesn't speak the language was stressful, and I hadn't had any time with just my husband and I the whole trip. I really felt a 2-day honeymoon wasn't unreasonable. Sarah isn't explicitly giving me the silent treatment, but things are very cold. She just is avoiding plans to spend the holidays with us, and communication is essentially non-existent. Why we didn't just reschedule or drive back, as mentioned, the roads are treacherous. Doing that round trip in one day would have left me sick and exhausted, effectively ruining the honeymoon money. We are strictly budgeted. We just paid for a wedding, and we are 2 months into a new mortgage. We have other travel commitments next year. We couldn't afford to lose the booking money or pay to change flights/dates. The principle, it felt like my time was being devalued. The background, context on the relationship. Sarah and I co-own a house back in the States, but our relationships deteriorated over finances. Before she was engaged, Sarah wanted to move in with her boyfriend to help him with his mortgage. She wanted to rent out her room in our shared house and keep 100% of the rent money to subsidize his bills. I had to explain that since we're 50-50 owners, rental income is shared revenue. She felt I was unsupportive. I felt she was prioritizing her boyfriend's finances over our partnership. Because of this history and the fact that she picked the one day I said I couldn't make it, I suspect she chose Wednesday on purpose so I wouldn't be there, allowing her to paint me as the unsupportive sister. Am I the asshole for sticking to my honeymoon plans?
Another great pick, Koryzma.
Thank you.
You're an AITAH legend.
You gotta look for them, man. There's sometimes you read them and you're like, this is dumb.
You're picking ones that don't sound just like trying to get attention and lying.
Yeah, you want to find the ones that this feels like a valid, like this is a valid kind of crash out.
Yeah,
you know?
the entire paragraph typed without enter is so real. It's like angry, just like
yeah, you're just fucking going off like no fuck. Absolutely, man. I like it. It's single-sided, double-space, double-sided, or whatever the hell.
Yeah.
But
I mean, off the top, I think she's over-explaining herself. It sounds like she's definitely has people in her life who, like, she has to explain herself to when she doesn't want to do something. Like, it sounds like her mom or her sister-in-law, because it doesn't matter that she gets sick. It doesn't matter about any of those things. It matters that she planned something with her husband. She put a strict boundary on when I can go to the party. Period. She doesn't have to explain it. She doesn't have to feel bad. She should have told her mom to fuck off. And sorry, I wish I could have gone, but it's your guys' fault. And then enjoyed her honeymoon. And I'm sad that she doesn't have like the ability to do that because of her shitty mom and sister-in-law. Was it? Who's Sarah?
Sarah's your sister.
Oh, sister.
Just sister. Yeah. Just sister. Damn,
damn.
That's what's crazy about that, man. Is like they really.
It's tough.
Just. Excuse me. Like Alex in the chat, sister and mom are narcissistic. Yeah. It kind of sense. It's super frustrating.
They're like ganging up on her almost. Probably.
Yeah. So I feel like, and don't get me wrong, I'm sure as a parent, there's going to be if you have multiple kids, there's going to be a moment, where you side with a kid depending on the situation. But like usually it's probably some bullshit little argument, right? To be like, hey, you're kind of being out of pocket here. But something like this, dude, this is her honeymoon. Okay? This is such a big deal. Like you only get one honeymoon, right? In theory.
Have you watched Sopranos?
No. I've seen a lot of clips on TikTok though.
Well, his mom, I'm not to spoil anything, but his mom sucks and she's narcissistic. So I was gonna say it's giving Sopranos' mom, and then in the show he has a sister, and sometimes they work together and lie to him about it. So I'm thinking the mom here isn't innocent either. I think she knew that she was not going to come on Wednesday. She wanted her back. She didn't think it was too much time away with the husband, so not with her family. And she told her sister on purpose to do it on Wednesday so that she would force her daughter to come back earlier because she didn't want her to be on the thing. And I think the mom here is really the bad guy. Like
the mom is like the mom is like the real like puppet master.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And she's like, oh my god, well, I mean, if she scheduled it on Wednesday, I guess you have to come. And the tell is when she got pissed off and afterwards, like shaming her, guilting her.
Literally, like it's always like it's like the gaslighting or like the freaking. It's just but it's your sister. She's only gonna get married once, and it's like, okay, well, have you seen my sister? She's fucking crazy, right? Like, Bag of Milk in the chat says scheduling a party on a day when they're gone is fine, in my opinion, but to then complain when they told you it wouldn't work is wild. It really is. 100%. All you had to do was just not have it that day.
Yeah, or you know what I mean? Like, hey, we saved you some leftovers. I hope you had a great time.
Yeah.
It's in the fridge. Everything, you don't have to order food or anything. That'd be a nice gesture. Like, we missed you. It would be. There you go.
It would be. And like the problem is, and I agree with you. I think the mom is really the true villain in this arc.
Man, that makes me sad. There's like an underlying like sadness here. Like she's trying to explain to Reddit that she You know what I mean? Like the way she's just over explaining it makes me sad that she has to do
Yeah,
this more than often.
and it's too bad. The first comment here, not the asshole. She can reschedule your mom. Okay, the last sentence.
She tell her
She,
so.
yeah, your mom should tell her.
Come on, SOG 96. Step up
Yeah.
your game, dude. We're on a show here. It's a high quality production. We need good spelling.
we need proper spelling, not the a-hole. And if she does paint you as unsupportive, a reminder to anyone your honeymoon was already planned and she knew it. Not excuse to leave your honeymoon from anywhere. I agree. Because like there's no reason that they wouldn't know. Like just because you like, you know, I get that they did a destination wedding and all these things. Someone said, how fucking tacky of your sister to purposely plan an engagement party during your destination wedding and honeymoon, knowing you had to be responsible for your husband's family while out of country. Yeah.
Because they're visiting there. Sorry, I'm reading ahead.
Oh yeah. No, our family lives in this country. This is from the original poster. We haven't visited in 6 years or so, so I don't necessarily blame her for planning an engagement party during the trip because there was time for it to not interfere with my wedding / honeymoon. But she chose the day I couldn't make it, and our friends suspect it's because she didn't want me there. Parentheses. My sister told them that she was uncomfortable being at my wedding. So I mean, that might be just like that might be part of it. Is maybe the family's just being resentful because she hasn't visited or because of the falling out they have.
Right. I could see that perspective. Again, after this chain, I want you to control F mom. I want someone else to agree with me that the mom is the mastermind.
Oh, I gotta click the control F. You said mom?
Yeah.
Okay, literally the comment underneath.
Oh, here it is.
Yeah, here it is.
Yeah.
You don't have a sister problem, then you have a mom problem. Oh, wait. Where does she need your honeymoon? Oh, this is a different comment in time. Yeah, sorry. How can she paint you as unsupportive if she knew you were on your honeymoon? Why can't you make a social media post congratulating her and her partner and then add, I wish I could have made it, but you already planned your honeymoon before she decided on the date, and then have flowers delivered to the party? I thought about doing something like this, but I was so distraught that my mom made me feel guilty for wanting to go on my honeymoon and crying the whole morning. I could barely pack, let alone make the gesture like that. And then this comment says, you have a mom problem. You need to communicate to your mom that she ruined the first part of your honeymoon because she complained about your sister's intentional decision to exclude you after knowingly planning her event when she knew you couldn't make it, and that when she tried to blame your sister, you need to tell your mom the sister didn't ruin the honeymoon, that she did because she's upset her daughter didn't want you there.
Bad grammar again. I don't want him agreeing with me. But he's right.
Yeah. But yeah, dude, absolutely. I feel like there is a mom problem a bit there in that regard. Because like
man, my heart goes out to her.
Yeah, I don't think she's the asshole at all. I think I'm gonna put this on the mom, in my opinion. Like I think
it sounds like she's accepted the sister being cold and distant, and acknowledged it. But the mom being like that, it sucks because it really hurts.
It's
if someone you love like that, puts you down.
I've had a friend of mine, his parents turned on him one time like that too, and it like just seeing how upset it really bothered me. There was nothing I could do personally, but I just hated seeing him like that.
Yeah.
So it's always
charisma.
I try to, man. I try to. Everyone deserves to smile. But yeah, are you in agreement with as the mom, or are you putting it on the sister?
The sister is definitely part of the scheme. I think she's also guilty, but I do think the mom had the power to be like, no, don't do that. Come on, let's not do that.
Just to let's do it to that day, because then your sister will be here.
Yeah. And personally, I'm maybe a little biased because I had estranged half sister, half brother to my mom's side when our grandpa passed away. They were part of the will in some parts of it, and they did all everything in their power to change the dates and fuck stuff around because it was more convenient for them, even though they knew we had to all fly in. And I ended up missing it because I was in Germany for work, so I couldn't go to my grandpa's funeral because of my selfish half sister through my mom's side. So fuck them.
That's so frustrating, bro. Like, just like stuff like that. And it's crazy what uh death of a family member will really bring out in the other, like the family member, like your actual family, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, no, we haven't talked to them before or after. It's crazy.
Yeah, I was gonna say this was it was an opportunity for them to be like, hey, like, no, we haven't really met, but let's get on, let's start on the right foot. But no. Fweddy in the chat says, growing up with that has gotten me numb to the parents' guilt trips now. That's good. That's big brain, dude, because it's tough to say no when they try to hit you with that shit, man. And so yeah,
survival.
Yeah, Alex in the chat, she said, after my grandfather on my dad's side passed in 2018, I don't talk to any of that side of my family except for my one cousin, because I guess yeah, her grandfather was the glue. Yeah, dude, like it's crazy. So it's, you know, I feel for the families, for the people that like have to go through shit like that, because it's like, why your family shouldn't turn on you, right? They're family, but it happens way more than we anticipate.
Exactly. And I'm very lucky, so it always stings when I hear other people's stories. I'm like, oh man, I wish you had what I have with my family.
For real. Our next story. Am I the asshole for going home after having sex because I felt embarrassed about what happened during? Hey Reddit, I, 25, female, had sex for the first time in 7 years with a guy I had been talking to. He was 26. He's only the second guy I've ever slept with in my life. I don't usually come to places like Reddit for advice, but I'm in a sad place right now and I would really love some advice / to know if I'm the asshole for this. Some background about me. I'm not a very confident person when it comes to relationships and sex. I've always said that I would never have sex outside of a relationship, but seeing all my friends do it, I wanted to give it a go. I've been talking to this guy for over a year. From the beginning, he made it clear that he wasn't really in it for a relationship after a couple dates because he's not the dating type, which was fine at the time, and I understood this. I just would like to say I've also told him about what I expect when it comes to relationships, etc., before he knows I don't usually do one-night stands, as per the last 7 years. LOL. He's not always in the country as well, as he works abroad, just as a side note. Anyways, come to the night of us meeting up. I had been teasing him for a couple weeks with some cheeky lingerie photos, etc. I even dressed up for him in a whole lingerie set, short stockings, all in all. When we went back to his hotel room, there was no time wasting on his part. He wanted to get straight into it. Now, bearing in mind, it has been 7 years and I don't really use toys or anything, but I had been teasing him for so long, so bless him. He went straight in for it and it initially hurt, but it was good after a second. This was when something kind of embarrassing happened. We were going at it and he goes to change positions where he says, "Oh, you're bleeding a little," but he didn't seem to mind, so we kept going. He finishes, and all was well. Then we both realize I'm now bleeding a lot. I was mortified. I've never been so embarrassed in my life, so I walk of shame, over to the bathroom with the towel between my legs, worried I was going to bleed on the floor, and as I sit on the toilet. On the toilet, I continue bleeding, and I'm sitting there, stand up, and I stand up. I have literally dripped blood into the bowl the whole time, and I can immediately tell he's super put off as well. He told me it was not normal for me to bleed that much, and he seemed a bit freaked out / grossed out. I had a quick shower. We chatted for a couple hours or so. I kept checking, but the bleeding wasn't stopping. I had asked my flatmate if she was free to come to me because we had both been drinking, and I let him know that I was going to go home because I was bleeding. When he said I was leaving, he seemed really genuinely shocked and said he could have driven me, but I said no because he had a few drinks. I really felt like it ruined the mood. I went home, and ever since he's been avoiding me, not talking to me the same. I don't know if I'm reading into it because I also said I would have been keen to hook up again as well, and he seemed hesitant in his reply. He's been back in the country a couple times now, and he could have made time to see me, but hasn't, and I'm feeling a bit insecure like I did something wrong. I'm so embarrassed. I feel like I will never have sex again. It took me 7 years to allow a man in my bed again, and God forbid I finally do and this happens. I'm just insecure about the whole situation. Come to realize I also shouldn't have had slept with him because now I have feelings and I'm gutted. I've scared him away. I really would love some insight. Edit after 1 day of post. Oh, this is just her confirming she's not a bot. And then it says, no, I'm not a bot. I'm a living person. Yes, I would have preferred to wait for a relationship to sleep with someone, but I wanted to try out a one-night stand to see if I was capable of it. Obviously, I'm not, and I now know that. I was turned on and wet, but there was no foreplay. He didn't know it was 7 years for me, but obviously at the time I didn't think about it. I'm inexperienced in sexual things, so neither did I. I have been to the doctor since, and all is well health-wise. I did just come off a contraception that meant I hadn't had my period in 5 years, so the bleeding is likely due to this and the no foreplay, etc. Thanks to everyone who responded, but it helped me feel a lot better about my situation and reassured me. I'll be back for an update if I have one in the future. All right, man. What do you think right off the rip?
Right off the rip, sex without foreplay should never be a thing.
I completely agree.
It should be outlawed.
Also for him just to jump into it, crazy.
Wild. But the communication is definitely important there because I do think, and correct me if I'm wrong, I don't know too much, that it could be a normal occurrence if you haven't had sex in a long time that you might spot or bleed a little bit. And where she said that she's been off of birth control that made her not have a period at all, and then she bled a lot. Like, I think it can also happen where you can have sex right before you're going to have your period, and they can make you bleed. Right. But I think overall, she's not the asshole at all.
I was going to say the same thing.
He doesn't seem like he was that upset or pissed off or like scared off. I think it's just kind of shocking for him, and he probably felt bad, like he did something wrong.
For sure. I was going to say in no way, shape, or form is she the asshole. I think that's just a body reaction to what you were saying. Is if I had to guess, I'm not a doctor, but like I do think it's weird that he ghosted her after though.
I mean, he's an asshole.
He's definitely the asshole for sure, right?
I didn't get to that. Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah. My bad. But like,
no, I mean, you're right. I guess everything else I was like, oh, all right, but obviously that's a decision where he's kind of making her. I don't know. What could she have done to like after the ghosting? Like nothing. It's he made a decision for both of them.
He made, like he said, I do wish he was a little more comforting for her. Like clearly, like it was pretty shocking. Like, don't get me wrong, shit happens. Did
you tell him about the 7 years after it happened? Did she explain it or not really?
I
don't remember. Walk of shame, and they talked for a while after, but I don't think they talked about that. Right?
I don't think so either. Like, he did know it has been 7 years for me. Oh, so like, I thought I said it didn't know. My bad.
I thought so too.
But
that's what you said.
But like with him knowing, I feel like that just pisses me off even more.
That changes it off.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
you can't really be doing that, dude. I mean, it probably means that he was also talking his game up too much about how experienced he is. Because if he was more experienced, he wouldn't have done that. And then therefore, him cutting her off is like.
I feel like it's giving micro penis vibes. You know what I mean? Like I feel like with shit like that, because there's no way with like, I don't know. I feel like that's such an asshole play. Samsy's in the chat. The lack of aftercare and making sure she was all good after. I agree. It was insane to me. Like the fact that she's probably stressing, like very stressed and uncomfortable right now, and it didn't seem like he was doing anything to like help.
No, literally. Yeah. I was only giving him some benefit of the doubt because I thought that he didn't know about the 7 years. But since he does know about the 7 years, it's out the toilet, and he's an asshole.
Yeah, and Shelly and Ray in the chat, 7 years, no foreplay, wild. Yeah, dude, 100%. Like, who just jumps in there? Like, it's not like a pogo stick, Like,
yep, smack the gavel. Oh, don't.
Yeah, like
guilty.
I hope that guy gets like a hand job, like an old school like glass ketchup bottle, like where it's like you're hitting like the top, and it hurts, like that kind of shit, man. Because like,
I hope he does it with a bottle and gets it stuck. Has to go to the hospital.
He gets it stuck.
Spend there an afternoon there.
Yeah, they have to like sit there and like break it off of him.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Like, yeah, I feel like, I mean, at least in the one way, it's pro that she found out she's not for one night stands. Not everyone's built for that, and that's okay. That's totally fine.
I
There's
feel
no
like she should do another one night stand. Obviously when she's ready before a relationship, just because it would help her not have this like it has to be a relationship attitude. I think it's not the best thing either.
fair,
Sometimes because you can meet someone, fall in love, something happens, and then she like, what's she gonna feel guilty about herself? Or
right?
like she could miss out on an opportunity. But also, that's me, right? So I can't put that on her. Like this could be enough for her and never do it again. And if she hasn't done it in 7 years, and it took her this long to get with somebody, even for a one night stand, I don't think she's gonna try it again.
I don't think so either. And I totally fine with if she's happy. That's what matters. Some people, that's just the way they prefer it, and honestly, that's fine. I feel like a lot of people, there's definitely some people I've met in my life that they want it to be like a very like passionate and like affectionate thing, not just, hey, we're both wasted at a nightclub, I want you to bury my face in a pillow and pin me down type shit, right?
Yes, preferable.
Yeah. So I do want to check out these comments. Firstly,
Yeah.
don't sit there hoping a guy who doesn't bother to help you warm up will call you back. He's not worth your tears. Secondly, I think you should get that bleeding checked out, which I think that she was. Doctor, yeah, okay. Thirdly, a guy who ignores you after treating like that does not deserve you. Let's see. And then the next one. Exactly. Oh, no, it's still the same thread. Girl, there is nothing to be embarrassed about, but please. Oh, then that's just going to get checked out. And if I may offer some more advice,
no big deal.
Don't have sex with men who treat you like an object and go right at it. You need to give your body time to warm and quite literally open up. This guy sounds like a douchebag. Your body usually knows that, and might not feel safe. He didn't even check up on you afterwards. Not the asshole at all. This is all on him. He ignored foreplay and just rammed it in. Like, what are you trying to break down? Like, what are you, the FBI? Trying to open up? Like, this is crazy. But yeah, I agree.
Agreed.
I think, yeah, she's not the asshole at all. I think, if anything, she's a hero.
She's a hero.
She's the hero,
Got
man.
over her fear.
That's
She
right.
did it.
And we got our last
traumatize her, and hopefully,
Yeah.
helps her find love.
Yeah, hopefully, like it's not like a massive setback. And as she reflects on it more like an experience that she just doesn't like. That you're like, okay, I don't need that again. It's like
Yeah,
I'm hoping you can reflect on, like, it's like when someone breaks up with you, you can reflect on it and just be like, okay, there were certain parts I liked, certain parts I didn't like. I don't want to be in that situation again.
it's a human experience.
Yeah. Our last story. Am I the asshole for ignoring my best friend's messages after she and her fiance tried to involve me in a sexual situation with them? I, 31 female, recently went through a breakup. And my two best friends have been supporting me through it. One of them is Tara, 29, and is engaged to Jack, 31. I'm not close with Jack at all. Our only real history is something that happened when we were teenagers. For context, Jack and I were 17. We had a one-off thing. It was stupid, impulsive teenage behavior, and it happened during a time that when Jack was cheating on someone else. I wasn't in a relationship, but I still regret being involved. I was a complete idiot. But yes, it has plagued me for a while. We didn't date. We didn't continue anything, and nothing has happened between us since. As adults, we have had a strictly platonic service-level relationship. When I reconnected with Jack randomly years later, we had mutual friends. I met his then-girlfriend, Tara. We talked openly about the old situation and resolved it. Tara and I became incredibly close, and Jack and I have never crossed any lines. We barely interact unless it's all three of us together. Anyway, a few nights ago, Tara and I were out drinking, and I went back to their place where Jack was. Everything was normal. It was super casual conversation, nothing flirty, no weird vibes. Then, out of nowhere, Jack just exposed himself, and then Tara and Jack started doing sexual acts with each other right in front of me. No warning. I was just sitting there. What the fuck? While they were doing this, Jack turned to me, like in full serious, and started suggesting a threesome. I immediately said no, Like, what the hell? He pushed again. I told him that I saw both of them as just friends, only friends. I'm not comfortable with anything sexual. I repeated myself over and over before he finally stopped. It wasn't playful or awkward. It was pressuring. Tara looked embarrassed and uncomfortable. She did tell him to stop, but it was hesitant and weak, and he ignored her for the first several times. She didn't shut it down. She didn't remove him from the room. She didn't step in to protect me. She just looked mortified while it kept happening. I felt trapped, overwhelmed, and honestly unsafe. I excused myself to the bathroom and messaged my other best friend, let's call her Lena, who I'm very close with. I told her what was happening because I needed grounding, and the situation was so weird I had to tell someone I stayed in the bathroom to reiterate my stance. They got the picture. I was like, misunderstandings happen, basically played it off like as nothing really, which was a mistake. I just didn't want to make things more awkward than they already were. Since then, Tara has been messaging me like absolutely nothing had happened. I initially responded as she said she had talked to Jack and he was very sorry, and I haven't replied to that message. Nor a new message asking when I was next free. I feel sick every time I think about it. I'm not ready to pretend it was normal, and I'm not ready to comfort her. I just needed space to process being put in a sexual situation I did not consent to, and I had to say no repeatedly. I mean, this is sexual assault, though he did take my hand and place it on his you-know-what. I feel guilty because Tara was supporting me through my breakup, but she also stood there while her fiancé pressured me into something sexual after I said no multiple times. Am I the asshole for ignoring her messages? Edit. The reason he got the idea was because he thought Tara had shown me a saucy photo of him that he sent her one night. He had a bit of a go at Tara, as he said he was led to believe one thing. Lena also said he did a similar thing to her after I told her, but it was more messaging her something weird after he thought she had seen a photo of him. Damn. I feel like, I mean, this one is a crazy story to just begin with in general.
It's a crazy story to begin with, but also pretty straightforward because
I was about to say the same thing.
Non-consensual sexual assault. And then she just casually mentions, oh, and he did take my hand and place it on his you-know-what? Like, it's like, girl, go to the police.
Yeah.
Seriously. Like,
and you don't have to see these people ever again. You know what I mean?
Crazy.
Like, that's crazy.
So man, again, these people, you read between the lines of how they're coming to Reddit. They have these like this timid attitude. Like, you got to think about how they grew up and who they have in their life. Like, not empowering them and making them feel like they deserve this support. It's sad.
You know, it's too bad that that she played it off so casually when she was leaving, as opposed to being like, look, man, you crossed some lines. I'm not okay with this. I need some space. So please just don't contact
that, because it's difficult, it's kind of
for
shock
sure
factor.
It is, right?
But
and it's 100%. Super frustrating.
Man.
Samsy's in the chat. Consent is always key. Absolutely. I feel like there was a better way. Like, if he really was curious, I feel like he could have just been like, hey, what are your thoughts on this? With literally doing nothing. Just doing nothing.
Yeah.
And then just, and then if
go ahead, keep going.
Oh, I was gonna say, no, and then if she said no, then you guess what? The night carries on. You're doing, you're playing your Pictionary, or you're watching your show and drinking your coffees or wines or whatever, right? Like, for him to just open up like it's like what a flasher is what it sounded like.
Oh, absolutely.
That just seems like way out of line.
And with Tara, I was curious, like, because the edit at the end, it has me very confused about her role in this whole thing. So it almost sounds like Tara encouraged it as like a idea potentially, but also Tara never made a move. I feel like if she encouraged it, then she should be the one talking to her, seeing she's comfortable with that, making a move. He should just let her do her thing, and then also communicate with her. Like, there's a way better way to go about it besides be sexually assaulting her, obviously. But but more from a perspective of, like, if he didn't have to do anything in that situation, I think he was being offered an opportunity. Potentially, he should have gone about it through Tara, not him doing anything and throwing himself at her. It's crazy.
Yeah, I definitely think with the way he went about it is like the worst way possible. Like,
that's so insane.
It's crazy to me, man. Like, He
Like
just
the
like,
Louis C.K. thing, literally.
dude, literally, like he's just like, what do you you like that, bro? I didn't ask for that shit, man. Like, what do you mean?
And in the Louis C.K. thing, very similarly, they played it off like a joke, and then after the fact, they sort of spoke out and didn't
Yeah,
even press charges, but spoke out about it.
but I know it did. Like rightfully so, it affected his career down the line. It's like, hey
Yeah,
man, like you shouldn't just be like exposing yourself to people. And it's
to
not
this
like,
day.
I'm not gonna lie, if my buddy, baby birds me, that's one thing. But if I come around the corner and
Right.
he like is just cranking his hog, I'm be like, what are you doing, dude? Like, not the time nor the place. And it's just, like it's just one of those things that the room was read very poorly from Jack here.
Yep, I think he was thinking with the wrong head.
Yeah, he probably got excited. He's like, this is my opportunity, and then
Right.
when it was really never that opportunity was in play. It was just caught up in his head. The fucking Delulu over there,
I hope
gotta get
Tara
up.
also realizes like that he
He was
like,
out.
that's definitely not just something that happens one time, and he's never gonna be a
Literally,
sexual deviant again.
yeah.
Like, I should be on a list.
Like exactly. Like this isn't something he's probably thought of a million times. He's played this scenario again and again and again, right? And yeah, and it's too bad she didn't step in. Like she really didn't. Was like, with her just like kind of casually trying to stop it, was like, girl, that's your supposed to be your best friend. Like just
Tara casually not stopping it. Yeah, absolutely.
yeah, like Tara, come on, I need you to step in. But
yeah, that's why. What was her role in this? So
she
either
was
way,
just a
asshole,
bystander
she's
at
an
this point.
asshole,
Yeah.
and the story narrator is not an asshole.
No, she is not the asshole. First comment: he might not have forced her into it, but it was definitely pre-planned. And as your good friend, she should have prepared you. This was gross. You need to tell her clearly how far over the line they stepped. Friendship over. This was gross. Not only were they pressuring you, they know you were in a vulnerable state and took advantage of that. It's fucked up, and you should tell the rest of your friends about how they tried to take advantage of you. These are not friends, not the asshole. As the old saying goes, cut the fat. They're definitely not your friends at all. The second they start getting frisky, well, that's my cue to leave. You guys have fun and walk out that door. Which I'm assuming that's probably what she wanted to do, but I'm assuming she felt just more comfort just getting to the bathroom at like an awkward moment. This one says, update me because he sexually assaulted you by forcing you to touch him. Yeah, I mean, yeah, basically
Pass the vibe check.
Pass the vibe check. Comments, pass the vibe check. Absolutely. They
And they're in their 30s too. They're not young kids being dumb and impulsive. That's
well, exactly. This isn't like these are like, yeah, when you're 30 years old, you should have a good grasp of common sense. You'd like to think, right? But like, I know there's a lot of dumb dudes out there that just see like a 1% chance, 0.5% chance. They're like, I'm taking this. This is gonna be 100%. It's like, buddy, you are not. This isn't
worth it.
No, this isn't a freaking. Just nothing was gonna happen there. What a goose egg, man.
No, yeah, you're not even gambling. You're just
no, dude, like
ruining a relationship.
Yeah, now you just lost a good friend, right? I hope that she cut ties with. This was 8 days ago.
Yeah, you got
That's
some
great.
fresh ones today.
I got some,
you had
yeah.
1 2 years ago, and then the rest I think were fresh off the press.
That's crazy, dude. That's awesome. But yeah, like I hope if there's an update, I'll let you know. But
yes,
I think that's crazy though. Like,
well, where are they now? Episode.
Yeah, that's always fun. Oh, but yeah, man. Do you have a favorite story?
Oof. Can you go through them real quick again? Just the titles.
Yeah. Am I the a-hole for offering sex and then rejecting it because boyfriend wanted to finish his game first? Insisting we move in together now that we're having a baby. Refused to cut my honeymoon short to attend my sister's last-minute engagement party. For going home after having sex because I felt embarrassed about what happened. or ignoring my best friend's messages after she and her fiance tried to involve me in a sexual situation?
I gotta go with the first one, the RuneScape one. It's just so
It's so
light
funny.
and funny,
Yeah.
and just like dumbass.
Dude, for real though, like
It's one of those moments where you realize you were being flirted with and you fucked up, but this is your relationship and it's probably over now. So it's even more
yeah,
serious.
I like to think it's over too at that point.
I think once you're posting on Reddit about how your boyfriend's not fucking you, your relationship might be on the rocks. And just in general, like it's hard to come back from that point, I think.
Oh, for sure. But Mark,
that's great.
Every episode, the guests, we make a game for the guests. I'm very excited. I hope you enjoy it. Because today, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to play the Fallout of Deutschmark. It's very exciting. So Mark, he is he's a big fan of Fallout New Vegas. He's also he's from Germany, which is also very cool. I think those are two of my favorite things that I was like, this is neat.
Yeah.
How you feeling? This is based off of Germany and Fallout New Vegas.
I'm excited.
One of your favorite games of all time, up there with Skyrim. I see that, which is very exciting. How you feeling?
Feeling good. I'm generally pretty bad at trivia. It's like I forget everything I've ever learned in my life.
Just like the pressure.
The pressure. Like I'm a good test taker. I was a good test taker in school.
Okay.
I was raised. I would say that we took the SATs where they took a negative point off your if you got it wrong. It was like a negative 0.25 if you got it wrong.
Oh, interesting.
It's like it's for the rest of my life. It's traumatized me. So that's my excuse. I'm pre-excusing my scoring now.
Yeah, that's okay. Okay.
Ready. I'm prepared.
You ready?
I'm excited.
You're excited? Perfect. Okay. Our first question. Who gives you your first Pip-Boy in Fallout New Vegas? A. Victor. B. Trudy. C. Doc Mitchell. Or D. Sunny Smiles?
I'm going to go with B. Doc Mitchell.
You want to lock that in? Final answer? All right. And the answer? Doc Mitchell. Nailed it. First question, 1 for 1, baby. We're on a hot streak. Our next one. What machine gives you your money back for returning bottles in German supermarkets? A. Please bear with me on the pronunciation of these.
Yeah, I'm excited.
A. Kassenautomat. B. Pfandautomat. C. Ruckgebox. D. Munzwelschler. Dude, how did I do on those, bro?
Like 5 out of 10, genuinely.
That's not bad.
I love that. This is such a great question, actually. It's super niche of a thing because it's two things that Americans don't even do often with the bottle returning.
No.
But I'm going to go with B, Pfandautomat.
Pfandautomat. Okay. And that's your final answer?
Yes.
The answer is Pfandautomat.
Easy. You said it like it was the wrong answer. You're good at this. Holy shit. I almost changed my entire life.
You was like sitting there right there like, fuck, this isn't it, man.
I was like, oh shit, dude. Did I go to Germany at all? Is this all
2 for 2.
My memories.
Our next question.
Wait, let me pronounce the rest so you
Sure,
can
yeah.
First one is Kassenautomat. You said that pretty well, actually.
Kassenautomat, okay.
Yeah, nice. Pfandautomat. You said that pretty well.
Pfandautomat.
And then Rückgabebox.
Rückgabebox. Okay.
Yeah, you said Rückgebox. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I think I did too.
And then Münzwechsler.
Münzwechsler. Okay.
Yeah, nice. Yeah.
Okay.
Fast learner. Okay, keep it going. Fantastic.
Our next question. What is the name of the Boomer's bomber plane? Is it A, Liberty Bird, B, Lady Luck, C, the Pearl, or D, Lady in the Water?
This is a good question. Did you play a lot of Fallout 3 in Vegas, by the way?
I did, but like years ago. Like I got
me too.
I got the platinum of 3, and then but I had New Vegas on Xbox, so I just played a bunch of it. I actually I still like New Vegas better. But 3 is just so iconic.
I'm between B and C. I almost feel like Lady Luck is just too obvious. I'm gonna go with C, the Pearl. Final answer.
Final answer. All right. The answer is D, Lady in the Water. It's funny because they do. I'm pretty confident they have a sticker of Pearl on there, but they do reference her as the Lady in the Water.
Yeah, there's definitely something with Pearl there.
Yeah, it's kind of like their pinup girl on it. I think is why. Yeah. But
that was a great side quest. I'll never forget walking through that minefield and getting my shit blown up every time.
Every time
you just like not handholding you at all. You'd actually just blow the fuck up. Oh man, great game.
Our next question is, what is this?
Ooh, a bridge, of course.
But which bridge?
I forget the name of it. It's in Germany.
It is.
It's called well, first of all, it's Brücke in German. Something Brücke. Like mirror bridge or something. I'm gonna say what's reflection in German? Can I have a hint?
You definitely have like the the last half. You had the last half.
Brücke, huh? I'm gonna have to reach deep into my German blood that every child has, where we are instilled with knowledge of our bridges. I think there was a fun fact. Hamburg has the most bridges per square foot out of any major city in the world. So that's a fun fact for you while I'm stalling to think of the answer.
That's really good. Another fun fact is I think this bridge is very popular because the way when the water's still, it creates a complete circle.
Kreisbrücke. Final answer.
You say, was that start with a K?
Yeah, Kreisbrücke.
Close. The answer is Rakutsbrücke.
Yeah.
The Devil's Bridge.
Rakotsbrücke.
Yeah, Rakotsbrücke.
It's one of those famous pictures where it's so famous that it's like a tourist spot now, and I forgot the name.
That's totally fair. I mean, it's one of those things that I wasn't sure. And when I was looking this up, I was like, there's a lot of landmarks here.
There's so many bridges.
Yeah, there's so many. This one kind of gives me like Lord of the Rings vibes. I was digging it.
I'm from Munich originally. You should have picked a Munich bridge. Would have had a better chance.
That's true. I apologize.
No, it's okay. You picked a probably more famous bridge, so you gave me a really good fair shot.
Our next question. A Kaltmiete, right? Is that how you say that?
Kaltmiete.
Kaltmiete refers to A, rent that you pay only during winter. B, the rent without utilities included, in parentheses, cold rent. C, rent for a refrigerated storage room. Or D, a temporary short-term lease.
I love these alternative answers. Kaltmiete is one of those words that a 9-year-old wouldn't really use yet. So I'm not 100% sure. But I'm going to use context clues and my astute German intuition to assume it's not going to be the winter. And the cold rent for utilities kind of sounds like a smart thing, but I don't think it's a very useful metric in any way. So I'm going to go for D, temporary short-term lease.
You want to lock that in?
Locked in.
Locked in. All right, the answer, ladies and gentlemen, is the rent without utilities included, the cold rent.
Fuck! I never knew exactly what that meant. It's good to know.
Honestly, yeah. I at the time, I've been learning quite a bit about in German. It's been very neat.
Koryzma's Germany arc, yes.
That's right, dude.
This is what I had to take.
Our next question. What animal is the Night Stalker a hybrid of? Is it A, a coyote plus gecko, B, a snake plus dog, C, wolf plus iguana, or D, deathclaw plus dog?
Dog. I like how you have a picture of not the Night Stalker.
Yeah, I was thinking about like having it there, but I'm like, that would just give it away.
I guess so.
If you need a 50-50, let me know.
I remember it's very like dog like, but you have wolf, dog, coyote, dog. So you got me there. It's kind of narrowing it down a little bit. Oh man, its face, especially in VATS. Oh, I love VATS.
Dude, VATS is such a good system, dude. At first, I didn't.
4?
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt you. Yeah.
Oh, you're
At
good.
first.
When I was playing, I didn't understand the VAT system when I was when I was younger playing it, but like with it now, like I love it.
I'm gonna go with A, coyote and gecko.
Are you sure?
No.
Okay. You want a 50-50?
Yes.
B or D?
Thank God I got the 50-50. Ding, 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 ding. Ding, 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 ding. Ding, 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 ding. It can't be a deathclaw on a dog, right? I feel like it's scary. All right, D, deathclaw dog.
You're gonna want to lock that in?
Yes.
The answer is B, snake plus dog. It was like it's like if once you see the picture, you're like,
the
yeah,
rattlesnake skin.
yeah.
Damn,
But
I was like, what type of face did it have? I remember this. Gecko. That's why I was thinking gecko, you know? Damn, I should have just extended that.
It's okay, man. That's okay. There's some
3 in New Vegas again.
You're gonna have to. I wish there was like a co-op mod. 'Cause I feel like that'd be just so much fun. But like using the VATS, I feel like would really make it very complicated. But they make it work in Fallout 76.
Fallout 3 New Vegas multiplayer mod is awesome. Read it 5 months ago.
Oh shit. Well, dude, looks like our biggest dreams are right here.
I was like, we have a lot of great days ahead of us.
Our next question.
Continue on.
What ammo is used by the hunting rifle?
338.
You say 308?
338.
338.
305. Fuck. I think 305. No. It's been so long. What caliber do they have? It's not 45. Something right. I'll use that. This is like my favorite gun too. This is extra upsetting that
because it's like the classic. You get it in the beginning every time.
No, I know. I'm pretty sure it was in 3 something. Not 36.
If it helps, you are correct. It is 3 something.
Okay, that does help. It wasn't 322. I don't think so. So I'm gonna go. Final answer. Actually, let me try to go with my memory banks. My days of pretending I'm sick and playing Fallout New Vegas to put buckets on their hat and sneak around in the gun runner store and do the loop every time and steal the weapons. Forget the exact like numbers. I'm gonna say 305.
305?
An ammo type. 355.
Pardon? If you're asking, 305 is not an ammo type.
Yeah. I think I'm forgetting the actual exact name of it. 335 something. That's not an answer. So I'm gonna say final answer. 322.
322? The answer? 308.
Fuck, that's what it was. Yeah.
You were close, man. You said 305. I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you.
Round up.
Round up, man.
I think that's real too. That's a real ammo caliber.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, that's what I liked about the Fallout games. Is
05 is not, right?
No.
Yeah.
Oh,
you said that.
Yeah.
Damn. So close.
So close.
So
Our next question. What is rouladen typically filled with?
Oh my god! No way you say rouladen. That's like the one dish my family makes every year for Christmas.
Dude, I hear it's absolutely delectable. Incredible. Yeah.
It's such a rare thing. It's like South German too. You did your research.
Dude, this
is like Nardwuar moment. Like, how'd you know? You talk to my mom?
How'd you know we make rouladen?
Oh, that's incredible. So it is beef wrapped, then there's bacon, some mustard, and then some more beef, and then the very center is a little pickle.
Yeah.
Decently sized. Not a huge pickle, but like a medium pickle.
And that's your answer?
And then you put a little gravy with it. You serve it with red cabbage and spätzle and some salad usually. And yeah, that's my final answer.
And you would be correct. Pickles, mustard, onions, and bacon,
onions
dude.
Too. Yep. Onions, of course.
I like looking at pictures, bro. It looks so good, dude. Like the butcher I work with on the weekends, he's always talking about, like, every once in a while he brings up, like, it's like, dude, just got some rouladen beef. I'll be gassed tonight. I'm like, fuck, it sounds.
Yeah, it's actually a very specific cut and part of the cow that you have to request. And my mom has our Italian like hometown butcher every year. He gets it special prepared for her, and he didn't know
that's
how to
awesome.
do it. He literally learned it for her. He's never done it before.
Dude, that's so sick.
It's just like the small town butcher vibe. Everyone has one like that, I'm sure.
Oh,
or
yeah.
Most people do when they're from a small town like that.
For anyone,
it's like family owned. They all know your name, you know.
For anyone curious, this is what rouladen looks like. It is. Looks so good, dude.
It's like, if you want to imagine a flavor, if you can't picture it, it's almost like a sour, savory sauce. It has like almost like a vinegary taste to it. And yeah, you just kind of cut it with a knife. Usually you have like butcher twine, so you cut the butcher twine.
To keep it rolled together. Yeah.
Cut the butcher twine off, and then you kind of like just cut that bitch open, and it falls apart, and then you almost eat it when it's flat as a circle.
And just
Well, every bite is a different texture and different like combination of pickle, bacon, mustard, beef. It's so good.
So good. Our next question.
Ratios to use with the sides. I could talk about rouladen for an entire stream.
Lily is a nightkin. What drug does she take? A.
Oh my god.
Jet. B. Stealth Boy. C. Buff Out. And D. Mentats. I will preface, you can get addicted to all these in the game.
Yes, you can. And I have.
I do it very willingly. It's not much.
Oh man, I had her as a side quest for a while.
Oh, nice.
I mean, not side quest.
Like a companion?
Companion, that's the word I'm looking for. And I feel like I remember she went invisible a lot. That being said, a lot of people in that universe are addicted to Jet, and I could see them being a Jet addict just by.
You say she disappeared a lot?
Like went invisible a lot.
That's I'm gonna be honest. That's your hint right there.
I feel like that's it. Stealth Boy, B, final answer. The whole quest was about that, I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly. We're winning her off the Stealth Boys.
You wanna lock that in?
Locked. Liz,
the answer.
Stealth Boy Queen.
Stealth Boys.
Yeah. Trust my gut.
Trust your gut, man. That was you had it there. You're like, she disappeared a lot. I was like, that's it, man. I
don't think I would have gone with Jet, because just the Jet characters are so they're like junkies.
They're definitely more like crackheads, for sure.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Jet does sound sick. Like 5 seconds of slower time. Like, imagine.
Dude, isn't that insane? Like, they just
sports or something. Just taking a little jet hit before the final touchdown.
Like, but like they're like you're like mid running with the ball, and you're just. That'd be great. Our next question. When were Haribo gummy bears invented? A. 1922, B. 1923, C. 1924, or D. 1930? Haribo gummy bears in particularly, are also invented from Germany.
I love Haribo.
Dude,
Haribo.
they're so good.
Kinderfroh.
They taste so good, man.
They're fantastic. I might go and get Haribo gummies after this at my 24-hour bodega near me, just because now I have a craving for them, and I haven't had them in like a year.
Let's go.
There's a brand called Schwarzwald Beeren, which is a German brand. I don't know if they export it, but also make gummy bears, and they do it without any gelatin. They use like
interesting.
Natural products, and it has this like wonderful flavor. It's almost like between a Welch fruit snack and a gummy bear. It's really nice.
Oh, that sounds like really nice, and it sounds like it's a lot better for you.
Oh yeah, it's a little less sugar, I think.
Yeah.
So if you ever get a chance and you see us like gourmet gummy bears, I recommend. It's a nice treat. And Haribo's okay, but they do use corn syrup in America, I'm pretty sure.
That would make
sense.
And
the cane sugar version obviously is a little better. Okay, that being said, enough stalling. You hit me with that history teacher date spread where you start to question yourself and you have no idea what you just studied.
There's probably one you can eliminate right off the rip, The
1930s.
Process of elimination. Now, where do we see us here?
Well, B is like the natural choice. If you were making like the quiz, you'd put it in between two numbers.
Right.
But the 22 is speaking to me. That being said, the Great Depression, but it was in Germany, so they did worse. I'm trying to think of like the hyperinflation of the Deutschmark, ironically, was around this time. While the Roaring 20s were going on, Germany had hyperinflation. Especially during like the mid 1920s. So I'm assuming they got right before that off the ground. I'm gonna go with 1924. Final answer.
You're gonna go 1924?
Yeah, complete opposite direction. You seem surprised. Changing it. 1922. Final answer.
You're gonna lock in 1922?
Yeah.
Okay. And the answer is 1922.
Yeah. I read you like a book. We should play poker.
Yeah. Take my money, please. And we have one last question.
Okay. Excited.
Which of these was invented in Germany? A, the telephone. B, aspirin. C, the light bulb. Or D, poutine.
Everyone knows the German tradition of poutine. German cheese curds. Well, didn't Alexander Graham Bell invent the telephone? Or wasn't that one of those stories where it's debated because he was in Germany for a point and then came to America? Aspirin is Bayer, and Bayer is German and has been in Germany forever. So that would be the more rational answer, I think. And I'm going to go with B, aspirin, final answer.
Final answer? Ladies and gentlemen.
Wunderbar.
The answer is aspirin.
Yeah.
Crushed it. Dude. Germany invented some crazy things. They also invented the X-ray.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, fun fact. And what else? They invented, they did the printing press. That's kind of fast. That's kind of cool.
Really?
Apparently the diesel engine. And
okay. The diesel engine I knew, that's big. Diesel is huge in Germany. It's like, and Europe in general. It's very small in America. What about in Canada? Is diesel a thing up there?
Diesel's a thing. And
I know, but in terms of like popularity,
it depends on the car you get. Really, I mean, majority of cars are gasoline, but you will get like my work van is diesel, right. But it's a Mercedes Sprinter or whatever the hell it is. So it's just but yeah, that was some great inventions. Germany also invented the contact lenses.
Okay, I looked it up. This is what I thought. So Germany did not invent the telephone. However, a German inventor, Johann Philipp Reis, created an early version of the telephone in the 1860s before Alexander Graham Bell patented his device in 1876, 16 years later. While Reis's telephone transmitted sound electronically, it was the American inventor Alexander Graham Bell, who's credited with inventing the first practical and commercially viable telephone. So technically, the Germans invented the telephone. However, it doesn't really matter if it doesn't become widespreadly used and commercially viable, right? So I give it to our boy Alexander Graham Bell, who also worked at Bell Labs, which created the transistor and changed the world. Wow.
But I think you did pretty good. I think you did really good during the game, man. Like you had some tough questions.
This is so fun.
Hopefully, I was gonna say hopefully you enjoyed.
Yeah, and actually, this is a little tie-in at the end. The telephone, with the transistor of Alexander Graham Bell. I think the lore is that with Fallout, that the transistor was never invented, and they had to use tubes for everything and nuclear power for everything, and therefore the world has this big nuclear bulky aesthetic because the transistor, of course, made everything smaller, and the world basically focused on nuclear development instead of focusing on electronic development and advancement, and that's part of why the nukes fall, and Canada invades and fights America. And it's some fantastic lore. If you don't know any lore of Fallout,
it is, man.
You should get into it. To anybody,
it's very cool. The Fallout lore is always dope, and it always hits you with the what ifs,
Absolutely.
But Mark, I want to thank you for coming on the show. Thank you for taking the time to hang out. Where can the people find you?
You can find me on twitch.tv/TheDeutschmark. Also post highlight reels of my streams on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. You can follow me for the same name. Sometimes I'm Deutschmark Online. It's all in my profile. Definitely come check me out, hang out. I stream Mondays and Wednesdays, 7 p.m. Eastern. Can you translate that to your time, to your magical time?
Yeah, 4 p.m. Pacific.
Your fake time that isn't real.
It was really funny when we were organizing this. I was like, "Yeah, man, I'll meet you at like 6 o'clock." I was doing like both times, so like 6, I'll meet like 6:15 and 9:15. He's like, "I can do either." I'm like, "No, I just meant just so we're on the same page." And he's like, "Oh yeah, I forgot you live in like a fake time zone." I was like,
"Yeah." Hey, you're in the fake time zone. It's like, what's the difference between these two pictures? They're the same. They're
the same thing. It literally. But yes, make sure I'll give the Deutschmark some love. Mark is fantastic. He plays a variety of things. He does like modded Left 4 Dead. He'll do Project Zomboid. We can occasionally get him on some Fortnite. And he's also been going through a very good Arc Raiders arc himself.
Yeah, my Arc Raiders arc. And before I go up, I want to give you your flowers, Koryzma, real quick. I just want to say I've watched like a few of these, and I've skimmed through all the videos on your YouTube about these, and I love the production value, and I love that you're doing something a little different and putting yourself out there and forcing others to go outside their comfort zone a little bit. And I really appreciate you for that. It's awesome.
Thank you, man. I really appreciate that. I really do. It's cool because it gives me a little bit of it gives me a reason to spend time with people, and also just have some fun. Like I like talking about these stories is always so funny because you never know how they're gonna go. A lot of the times I don't necessarily like. I look at the title and I'm like, okay. Some of them I don't even read. Like I got one. Vegas girl on Fire sent it to me one time. She's like, don't read this, just do this one. I was like, okay. And it was like the craziest story I've ever seen in my life. I was like, is it fake? Maybe, because sometimes I feel like when it's that blown out of proportion, but at the same time, you never know.
It was a great experience and a fun conversation came from it. So,
but ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank everybody for watching live, and thank you if you're watching it over on YouTube as well. If you guys are interested and you want to catch it live, you can hang out over on twitch.tv/Koryzma. But if you are watching this live and missed it and want to catch it later, it's over on youtube.com/@Koryzma, where you can catch all the other episodes. Or if you want to listen to it on Spotify, it is there as well, where you can get the audio and video forms as well. Each episode is on there. This one will be up there. Hopefully, when it's on YouTube, you should see it as well on Spotify. But regardless, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. And if you did enjoy the episode, tell me where in the world you want to visit. Comment that below. And so everyone have an amazing night. Thank you guys so much. Thank you again, Mark. I love you. And
thank you. Appreciate you.
We'll see you guys next time on Takes with Koryzma.